Peace be upon you, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to Heartbeats for Allah. Repeated reports have been emerging about the fires in Los Angeles, where Muslim-majority countries have openly declared that these climate changes are, in fact, divine punishment inflicted upon the Jews. These Jews cannot digest this truth. Lost in their misguided beliefs, these Jews, who don't even believe in God, started spreading the news that the fires in the forest were not natural but deliberately set. And just 16 hours later, a report emerged identifying the person responsible for setting the fire, causing billions of dollars in damages. He was a Muslim, innocent, yet falsely accused and thrown into jail. But then a miracle unfolded that will leave you astonished. Witnessing this miracle, all the existing prisoners recited the Shahada, Allahu Akbar. Before we delve further into the video, if you're visiting our channel for the first time, please subscribe and click the bell notification to stay updated with every news report. Without further delay, let's inform you about this entire incident. Friends, in Los Angeles, the most important city in America, fire has not yet been brought under control. Numerous videos circulating on social media depict the immense damage already caused. People in America feel like they're swinging between life and death. The U.S. president stated that no disaster can ever befall America. Whatever natural calamities may come, we are always prepared to face them. Just as other countries deal with weather complexities, we can never be defeated, because we already have solutions for every problem. But friends, when the forests of Los Angeles caught fire and the flames approached the populated areas, why wasn't it controlled in time? Firefighters in Los Angeles are now being blamed. Officials say that if firefighters had arrived on time and used helicopters to douse the flames, perhaps greater damage could have been prevented. But what was meant to happen has already occurred. Billions of dollars worth of homes have been reduced to ashes. Following the formation of an investigative committee by the U.S. president, the first question asked was, what reasons allowed such a dangerous fire to spread in the forest and reach the populated areas? This news is also circulating in America, and many people appear to be legitimately protesting, while some seem to have embraced Islam. As the news spread on social media platforms that what's happening in America is due to the oppression and brutality against Palestinians, the extent of oppression and savagery in Palestine and Gaza has been so severe that it has become divine punishment from Allah upon these Jews. After that, educated young individuals began studying the Holy Quran. They diligently read the verses where divine punishment was previously inflicted upon nations. In America, over the past week, there has been a noticeable increase in the Muslim population, which, given the circumstances in the U.S., wasn't a positive development. Thinking this way, the actions taken by Americans were unbelievable. News started circulating on American news channels that a person deliberately set fire to the forest in Los Angeles. At that time, 3 movie shootings were ongoing, and an award show was about to start. Military commanders were also present in the city. It was claimed that someone conspired to cause harm to people. It was said that within the next 15 hours, they would find and apprehend the person responsible for the arson, as claimed by American security officials. Search operation teams were dispatched to the forests, indicating that they might have suspected someone specific. As they were making such statements, exactly 16 hours later, a person was captured and presented on screen. His name was Ibrahim, a Muslim residing in a dairy farm near Los Angeles. He was arrested and accused of being the person who set fire to Los Angeles to cause billions of rupees in damages and avenge Palestine. To some extent, he had succeeded, but now they intended to make him a symbol of caution in front of everyone. This news caused a worldwide uproar, especially among Muslims who were left astonished. Everyone's attention turned to Hamas commanders and militant organizations, questioning whether the person the Americans arrested and imprisoned was truly a militant or if it was a fabricated conspiracy solely against Muslims. Previously, Israel had been committing ongoing genocide against Muslims in Palestine and Gaza. Now, is America also stepping into the arena, meaning directly entering the field to continue the genocide against Muslims? The greatest threat now is posed to Muslim residences in America. Who knows how much worse the situation might get? When they arrested and imprisoned this person, he continuously cried, saying he was falsely accused. I didn't set any fire, it's God's wrath upon you. You have been struck by divine punishment. Everything you were doing in Palestine with Israel was witnessed by my God. This is divine punishment from Allah upon you. You can't bear it anymore. So I was captured and imprisoned here. In the jail where this Muslim man, approximately 40 years old, was imprisoned, there were also other Jewish prisoners. About 15 Jewish inmates were present, all of whom were criminals who had killed many people. They deliberately confined the Muslim prisoner here to foster resentment and have these criminal inmates kill the Muslim in the prison. But what happened next was beyond the imagination of the American military. The man kept standing there, repeatedly saying that this was divine punishment upon them, when suddenly one prisoner stood up and started choking the Muslim, Muhammad Ibrahim. He slapped him, saying, "This is not a punishment. It's your conspiracy. You all act on your own and then claim that your Lord is sending this punishment." Muhammad Ibrahim broke free from him and said, "You all think you will continue oppressing and no one will stop you. Have you forgotten how you brutally sucked the blood of Palestinians? You tortured and killed them step by step. This is the punishment for the money you spent on supplying weapons, now doubled by rebuilding your cities. Your treasures will be emptied." Hearing Muhammad Ibrahim's words, the Jewish prisoners became silent. On one side, Muhammad Ibrahim was seated, while the 15 prisoners were seated on the other side. Everyone was ranting against Muhammad Ibrahim and Islam. One person sitting there said, "If God truly exists, why didn't he save the Palestinians? Why did Muslims continue to suffer and die? If your God truly exists, why didn't he help you then?" Hearing this, Muhammad Ibrahim smiled softly and said, "This was our test, and we have passed it. But now we will ruin your deceit and schemes. This is God whom you have tormented, and now he will destroy you." The way Muhammad Ibrahim spoke, the 15 prisoners became terrified. Their condition had worsened. The jail was located in the Los Angeles area where he was held. Since the only way out was still blocked as they attempted to transfer him to another city, a fire broke out in the jail. Firefighters were immediately called to extinguish the flames, but a significant part of the jail had already been engulfed in flames. The 15 prisoners were writhing behind the jail bars, mumbling and crying because all the staff had fled to save their lives. They didn't care about the prisoners and kept crying, saying, "Free us from here. We don't want to die in the fire." Seeing the panic among the 15 Jewish prisoners, Muhammad Ibrahim, sitting alone in a corner, was approached by one of them. He grabbed him by the collar and said, "You set this fire. Now you sit here satisfied. Don't you fear death?" To which Muhammad Ibrahim replied, "You set this fire yourselves, and now it's turned against you. There's a difference between my death and yours. My God is a witness. He will not let anything happen to me." The fire continued to blaze in the jail until it consumed the entire facility. Earlier jails had also been set on fire. People were dying in agony as the flames approached the jail. The prisoners now considered this Muslim man as their last hope. Crying, they approached him and begged, "Help us, save us from this fire. We don't want to die." Muhammad Ibrahim sat there praising Allah. The fire had also reached this part of the jail. The prisoners were seeking refuge in Muhammad Ibrahim when he said, "If you promise to abandon evil and embrace Islam, your lives will be spared." The 15 Jews facing death sincerely repented. They began reciting the blessed name of Allah alongside Muhammad Ibrahim. Suddenly the fire began to recede, but it had already been extinguished completely in the jail. This fire did not harm the 16 individuals. Witnessing this miracle, the 15 Jewish prisoners immediately embraced Islam. However, until now, this news has been prevented from being broadcast directly. Muhammad Ibrahim has been transferred to another prison after surviving along with the other prisoners. What will happen next? No one knows.